Hello, I am back at it again with reading. This is chapter 4. Yeah. Let's get right into this. Sorry, the dork. A little montage was shown of Emily, I have Emily in my head, of Emma raising us as we grew older and older as the seasons changed. It didn't show enough to really get the feel of individual interactions, but it was enough to show the love in the household. Finally, the memory slowed down to show Lovino and Feliciano. It's so weird to talk about myself in third person, standing in the small living room with a strong fire going, showing that it was cold out. Romano and I froze. We recognized exactly what the memory was. Come now, Feliciano. What's wrong? Emma asked, concerned as the young twins, seeming to be about 2 or 3, glared daggers at each other. The nations took in a deep breath. They could practically feel the malice in the air, though Lovino was glaring at Feliciano with murder in his eyes. Feliciano was glaring at Lovino with mild annoyance. By the way, Romano started, giving the mild glare, which happened to be on par with his younger self. It unnerved the nations. If anyone calls either of us by those nicknames, you'll wish you weren't immortal. A few of the weaker-willed nations gulped. Why are you always fighting? Emma continued, snapping everyone's attention back to the memory. With an eerie synchronization, the twins turned as one towards Emma. With a dead serious expression, they said in harmony, because he was never supposed to exist. Emma blinked, not expecting such an answer, but it wasn't set out as spite either, but stated as a simple fact. As if someone had asked what color the sky was. It was almost painful to watch. Itri-kun? Japan asked, worried. Why would Itri believe he wasn't supposed to exist? He wondered. In fact, many of the nations were staring at me with intense concern. Feliciano, did Lovino tell you this? Don't believe a word of it. And Lovino, don't tell your brother such things. Emma scolded. He didn't tell me anything, Mother, Feliciano said calmly. I just know it. We both do. It's a nation thing, Lovino said. A nation thing? You mean you just know things? Emma asked obviously. They'd already told her what they were. Yes, but we were born early. Too early, Feliciano said. We don't know everything we should. We know we're immortal. We know what we are. We know who we are. I am North Italy and Romano is South Italy, but that's wrong. There's not supposed to be 2 Italies. There's only supposed to be one. I was the weaker one. Romano was supposed to absorb me. I was never meant to be born. I was never supposed to exist. That's why he hates me. He's not whole. We can never be whole now. Neither of us can ever be full nations, because it's a split between us. We'll always be naturally physically weaker than the others, because I now exist. Fate has been altered. Those who mess with fate have to pay a price. Mama, I'm scared. I don't want to pay a price. Feliciano's calm demeanor suddenly broke as he started tearing up and crying into his mother's shoulder. The nations looked shocked. Italy wasn't supposed to exist? But how? Why not? They tried to imagine a world without me, but they couldn't. Italy-kun. Italy-kun. Japan whispered sadly. It's true, you know? Every word, even the price. I stated, glaring at the ground. How I hate my price. Price cost me not only my happiness, but Romano's too. It took Grandpa Rome and Holy Rome. I'm scared that might one day take Germany or Romano as well. Oh, dang it. I'm terrible at Germany because it hurts my throat, and Prussia's worse. Oh, darling, don't ever believe that you weren't supposed to exist. I don't care what fate says. You exist, therefore you are meant to be here. Jimmy said, pulling me into a hug. I stiffened in surprise at first, before letting the tears fall. Spain was hugging Romano in the same way, though he didn't cry. Must have been something that they didn't really get a chance to absorb from me before we were born, I thought to myself. Wait a minute, you hated each other? Spain asked, after a moment of silence. Well, I wouldn't say we hated each other. Romano trailed off nervously. He really was a dick to me when we were younger. See, I followed him around everywhere. I'm sure I just annoyed him a bit, I suggested as I wiped away my tears. I was trying to tone down our actions as children. Then again, how do you tone down your older twin brother trying to kill you? Well, on multiple occasions when you were never supposed to exist in the first place? Yeah, I somehow doubt they take that well. You two are going to stop fighting now, you hear me? I am tired of you two trying to kill each other every time I turn my back. I scolded both the twins. Okay, so maybe we hated each other a little bit. Hated each other a little, I admitted. But I grew out of it around by the age of 10. We're like 2 here. But we started aging slower around 5 or 6. And you, Romano? I took a bit longer. Making Romano go, I took a bit longer. Spain glared at Romano. Fine, 40 years, damn it. That's how fucking long it took me to warm up to Feliciano, okay? But I tried to stop killing him by 25. Oh wait, there was one time at the cliff. What were we, 32? He admitted as the nation glared at him. Stop! She scolded, sounding quite a bit like Mom. It was natural, instinctual. He couldn't help it. It was hardwired into both of us. And he's more than made up for it. So just leave him be. I tried to kill him a few times too, so it's not like he's picking on me. I defended my brother, glaring at the nations harshly enough to make even Russia take a step back. Whoa. Making Russia take a step back. In a flash, the scene changed. Feliciano was not following Lavina through the forest, as Emma kept a close eye on the two. Boys, be careful. There's a storm yesterday and made the ground muddy and slippery, so watch your footing. Lunch will be ready in about an hour, she called out as the boys, who looked about 3.5 or so, entered the forest. Yes, Mom, they cried out in sync before glaring at each other. Come on, Lovina, let's play together. Feliciano said happily, making Lavina's glare darken even further. As Lavina made his way further into the forest, Feliciano tried his best to follow him. He seemed to run out of breath a lot faster than Lavina. This worried the other nations. They were twins, right? So it couldn't be a difference in age. And they were both nations, so Feliciano couldn't be ill. Then again, no nation had been born prematurely before. Never before had a nation been born before their country. So, did that mean the twins were more human than nation here? Could they die? The nations didn't want to think such things, but the thoughts meandered in their way into the cracks and crevices of their subconscious minds. The twins finally stopped up by a muddy slope. "Lovi, do you want to play now?" Feliciano asked as he stopped to catch his breath. Lavina didn't say anything. He just turned and glared murder at his little brother, tackled him to the ground, trying to get a stranglehold on him. Feliciano fought tooth and nail, his adrenaline pumping, as his survival instincts took over. He tumbled and rolled and scratching and biting, drawing blood. The nation stumbled, shocked at what they were seeing. They'd seen war and famine, murder and arson, you name it. They'd probably seen it. But to watch a 3-year-old child attempt to murder his younger brother, cold blood, was horrifying to watch. They twisted and tumbled and rolled, each one trying to get on top of the other, either to kill or escape. Eventually, unable to see where they were going, they tumbled right off the slope. Just as Emma, who heard the ruckus, came to see what the problem was, ran into the area. She watched, horrified, as the twins tumbled down. A sickening crack, the memory went black. Hey, that rhymes. What happened? Mark asked urgently, worried for the twins, though Romano and I were right there. "When they broke our necks and died," Romano stated with a shrug. "Our mother was scared to death. She hadn't really seen any proof of our nationhood yet. So imagine her shock to find us at the bottom of the slope, broken necks, not breathing. Scared her pretty bad. We were grounded for a month. Remember, Felice?" "Si, notice how Tyler. Best of all, I had to share out my room with you," I tack on playfully, smirking at Romano. "That's my line. You were the one following after me like a lost little puppy," he shot back. "Oh, like you're one to talk. Remember that time Mom actually got us a puppy? You chased poor Asher around for weeks. And God, there's a reason he liked me more," I quipped back. "Shut up. At least when I was 5, I slapped a hand over his mouth. You swore you never mentioned..." "Shut up, at least. You swore you never mentioned that again," I hissed, as he smirked and licked my hand. "Ew, gross, no licking," I say as I tirelessly wiped my hand on his shirt. "Ah, alright," he complained, before we broke off laughing. The nation just stared. Monsieur," French asked, unsure of how to handle us being so open. Romano especially, as he'd been very careful not to show anyone. "I'm in Spain," decided himself. "This is usually how we act in private," I explained. "Since you're going to be viewing basically my entire life, which encompasses a lot of Romanos as well, I figured we don't have to have a reason to hold ourselves back anymore. We don't have to post up a false bravado. On the other hand, it would be near impossible to keep up false appearances anyway, due to also what you're watching," I said. I'm just trying to figure out. Then the next memory appeared. Mom was lying in bed, looking very ill. One eye pale as we recall this day. We nearly lost our mother. We were roughly 7 at this time. I said, gesturing to our younger selves, watching the doctor from a corner of the room. Lavina wasn't even glaring at Feliciano. They were both too caught up in what was happening. They looked about 6. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do for you, he said to our mother. The most I can do is make sure your children go to a proper place. Thank you, doctor. My boys are strong. They'll be fine. Write up a will for you soon, she said, her voice weakened and strained. The nations looked at us with pity and sorrow. Monsieur, I am so sorry. Fred said. Shut up, Romano shot back with a glare. Just watch. The doctor packed his things and started to leave when Lavino stopped him. Hey, wait, you're supposed to make her better. Fix her. Make my mom better, he demanded, angry and scared. Lavino, you come here. Lavino, come here. You too, Feliciano. Mother called, using her full names. Lavino and Feliciano then went to Emma, the doctor leaving while he could. Listen, boys, I'm not going to make it, she started before Lavino could cut her off. No, don't say such things like that. You'll jinx it. Lavino had this desperate, hopeful smile on his face. You'll get better, just like you always do. You can't leave us yet, he said, fighting back tears. So sorry. I am so sorry, my sons. Emma's voice was soft, quiet. No, Feliciano screamed. You can't die on us. Please, Mama, you can't leave us yet. We need you. It's not your time, please. He was ready to cry, already sniffling. No, I'm already 39 years old. I've long overstayed my welcome on this earth. I am more than glad I could have 2 wonderful, beautiful sons like you. Thank you. Please grant me this one selfish wish before I go. Don't fight anymore. Love each other. Be brothers. Please. The words were too much for Feliciano, as a single heavy tear fell on her bare arm. China watched, wide eyes, as the tear was absorbed into her skin. They were glowing a soft golden hue for a split second. It's true, he whispered to himself. No, we won't. You still have to be here for us. Please, Mama, please. Feliciano trailed off. Climbing into the bed, curling up next to his mother, Lavino doing the same, not letting his tears fall. Scene seemed to fast forward through the night to the morning. The twins awoke to the doctor opening the door. They watched, fear shining in his eyes, as he gave their mother an exam to estimate how much time she had left. After multiple checks and exams, he turned to Emma with a gobsmacked expression. I don't know what kind of miracle this is, but God isn't ready for you yet. You're well on the way to making a full recovery, he stated. You mean she's gonna get better? Lavina asked hesitantly. Yes. Mama! The boys cried in joy, flinging themselves into her waiting arms. She sobbed with relief. Thank you, doctor, thank you, she cried. What the bloody hell happened? Not that I'm complaining or anything, but she was dying just a few hours ago, England said, utterly confused. I think I know, China said slowly. I heard rumors more than 3.5 millennia ago but I never thought that they were true. What is it? Mono asked, wiping away a few tears that had leaked out of the corner of his eye. I, too, was crying, but I didn't really bother to wipe them away before facing the others. Murano and I had wondered what sort of miracle occurred that night. It's an old legend, a legend about power of nations, Aru, China stated. Apparently a nation's first tear cried for the pain of a loved one has tremendous healing powers, able to bring someone back from the brink of death. At his words, Murano and I eyed each other. If this was my first tear was cried, this was when my first tear was cried, the Romanos must have been that day. Dun dun dun. Yay! That's it for this chapter. Yay! I'll come back and read some more later. Soon, maybe. I don't know. Okay, bye.